Title: I rejected her once, now she's trying to ruin what I finally found. Chapter 1: The Kitchen Kiss. I met Jean 3 years ago at a rec soccer league. She had this chaotic charm, laughs that lingered, eyes that looked like they always knew something you didn't. We played together, we joked around, and before I knew it I was falling. Slowly but all the way down. But Jean was already orbiting someone else too. LD. The lawyer guy. He was sharp, polished, and had that kind of confidence that walked into a room 10 seconds before he did. When I finally told her how I felt, she smiled gently and said she wasn't ready for a relationship. I believed her. So I let go, or tried to. Until 2 months later she started dating LD. I won't lie, it wrecked me. But I swallowed it and we stayed friends. I moved on, got promoted, left the league, and she stayed in my life like a comfortable background song. Even became close to my sister. Then that night happened. A few glasses of wine. Cramped space in my Manhattan kitchen. Laughter. Her lips. Mine. 7 seconds. And suddenly I wasn't sure if I was over her at all. Chapter 2: Her Confession. The next morning she was at my door. No makeup, sweatshirt, eyes swollen from something that looked like both fear and hope. "I'm in love with you," she said. "I always was. I just didn't know how to say it back then. It should have meant something. It should have been this victory lap of my younger self's dream. But it didn't feel right. I didn't feel the same. Not anymore." I told her the truth. That I cared about her deeply, but not like that. Not the way she wanted. She blinked fast like she was trying to stop tears from winning. Then asked, "Is it because I chose him?" I told her no, but something in her face said she didn't believe me. Maybe she was right. Because deep down, the part of me that once would have given anything for her didn't want to be someone's second choice. And as she walked out the door that morning, I couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't the last time she'd show up uninvited. Chapter 3: The Return. My sister was livid. She said I was punishing Jean for something that happened years ago. That Jean had been manipulated, abused, and was only just beginning to understand what real love looked like. Maybe that was true. But it wasn't mine to fix. So I distanced myself. Then came the Brooklyn party. I was barely halfway through my beer when I left early, tired of pretending I cared about small talk. At midnight my front desk called. "Jean's here. Should we let her up?" I said yes before my brain could say no. She looked lighter. Like something heavy had finally been lifted. Said she saw me tagged in a story and missed me. That she just wanted to talk. I let her in. We sat. We talked. And when she kissed me again I didn't stop it. That night she stayed. Fell asleep in my arms like we were always meant to fit there. But when morning came, I sat on the edge of the bed with 2 cups of coffee and a million questions I didn't know how to ask. And I didn't expect hers to come first. Chapter 4: The Message. She told me she was in love. That she knew how it looked. Knew how hard it must be to trust her now. But that she was all in. That she'd do anything to prove it. And all I could say was, I didn't feel the same. Not anymore. She cried. I held her hand while she did. But I told her we needed distance. That maybe someday we'd be friends again, but not now. She nodded, wiped her face and left. Then came silence. A few texts. Desperate. Hopeful. Angry. I ignored them all. I'd made peace with losing her. And that's when Elsie entered my life in a different way. The moment the deal between our companies was finalized, I asked her out. She said yes. We talked until the restaurant closed. And when she looked at me I saw something real. No ghosts. No regrets. Then 2 days later she got a LinkedIn message. From Jean. At first Elsie thought it was a recruiter. Until she read what Jean had to say about me. Chapter 5: The Fallout. She said I used women. That I had a pattern. That Elsie was just another placeholder in a long line of hearts I'd break. Elsie asked me to meet her for coffee. She pulled out her phone and showed me the messages. My stomach dropped. I told her everything. Even showed her the old posts I'd written. The timeline. The truth. She believed me. Enough to stay. But I could see it, this shadow Jean had thrown over us. My sister blocked her. Elsie did too. I wanted to scream, to call Jean and ask how she could burn down something just because it didn't belong to her anymore. But I didn't. Because if I've learned anything it's this. Not everyone you love is meant to stay. And sometimes the person you once waited for ends up being the reason you finally close the door. But the question that still keeps me up? What if she hasn't stopped knocking?